Tonight, a convicted and admitted double murderer is getting ready to walk out of prison.
David Chenevert will be set free after convincing the state parole board he's a changed man. 40 years after he got life for stabbing his friends Michael Brown and Evelyn McIntyre to death in Baton Rouge. News 2's Bess Cashley was at the hearing today and has the emotional reaction from the victims' family members.
It was a very emotional hearing as family members of both of Chenevert's victims shared the ripple effects their loved ones' murders have had on their lives. Seminarian, pastor, husband, and so-called model prisoner outweighed admitted double murderer in David Chenevert's parole hearing Monday. The board voted 2-1 to grant his early release, 7 years before his revised release date of 2029 and half a lifetime before his original sentence of life in prison. It's not what the victims' families wanted, but they're now trying to move on from a new pain decades after the first.
I'm just glad it's over. I haven't slept since all of this started, but I really have not slept since last night or the day before. I'm glad we don't have to go through it again. I'm just ready to move on.
64-year-old Chenevert was convicted and admitted to the grisly murders of Evelyn McIntyre and Michael Brown more than 40 years ago in Baton Rouge. A 2021 parole board decision got his life sentence commuted to 99 years, which immediately opened up the chance for parole.
I don't understand how somebody took 2 lives and did a little good in prison. Now he's able to go free.
During the hearing today, Chenevert, who appeared via Zoom, revealed new details surrounding the how and why of the murders, claiming he was, quote, ripped out of his mind or high on marijuana and caffeine pills. The ordeal began over an argument about drug money. Chenevert and Brown were dealing drugs, and it had come time to pay up. Chenevert says after the argument, he left and came back several hours later, stabbed Michael in his sleep and then Evelyn, who was sleeping next to him when she woke up. The 2 members of the board who granted his parole called his reformation while in prison for the last 4 decades remarkable, part of which includes completing seminary school and becoming a pastor.
I believe he probably has done a lot of good in prison. He's been there almost as long as I've been alive. If he hadn't changed at least a little bit, there's no way this would have come about. But it's still kind of hard to hear because nothing good was said about my dad.
There are several stipulations to Chenevert's release. For one, he's banned from returning to Louisiana or Texas, where some of his victims' family lives. He must complete 20 hours of community service a month and, through an arrangement with Burl Cain, work and live at Parchman Farm. Chenevert's release won't be immediate. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done to make sure he complies with those stipulations set forth. Bess Casserly, WBRZ News 2.